Hello all, welcome back to my channel. This video was requested by one of my regular commenters, and this is the journey to your future spouse. So if you are ready to get married, or maybe you're just curious about who you're going to marry and how it's going to happen, this video is for you. I have these new Yggdrasil cards that I am loving, by the way. This is the first time I'm using them in a video. I'm really liking what I'm seeing with my own personal readings with them, so I hope that you like them just as much as I do. So let's get started. This is group 1, this is group 2, this is group 3, and this is group 4. So we'll start with group number 1. So group number 1, I'm going to start with the overall energy, and I'm getting water element sensing. So I feel like a lot of it has to do with intuition. Maybe you've been through a lot of struggles with dating, and now you're starting to listen to your gut feeling about people when you didn't before. So I feel like sensing is also just using your intuition, really like feeling someone out before you give them your heart. So I think that's where you stand right now. You're not giving your heart away. You're listening to your intuition. If you feel like one of your friends has really good advice, you're going to listen instead of just going with what you want to do. I think this has to do with the Tower. I think that with group number 1, like, you've been through a lot. And it doesn't always have to be dating. It's just that you've been taken advantage of one too many times, and you're just done dealing with these toxic situations, whether they be toxic friends or toxic lovers or even toxic family. You're just tired of it. And with Judgment, I'm seeing you're just in a rebirth kind of state. Like, after the Tower and the fall, you've picked everything up and you've rebuilt this new life for yourself, and you just don't want to give up all this hard work with the 7 of Coins that you put into really like building this new foundation. So with the water element, I feel like you're being very careful and you're just going with the flow right now and waiting for something worth your time, because you do not want to waste your time again. You do not want to get hurt again. And then with the 7 of Wands, I'm seeing that there was a lot of conflict in your past, and that's why you are where you are right now. There was a lot of conflict in your past, and there might still be the residual energy of that conflict, and you just do not want to deal with that again, because you came out on top and you just don't want to deal with these toxic people on the bottom anymore. You've grown past it. You don't care who wins or who got who or who got what. You're just done with the situation. And then with the Page of Wands, I'm seeing a new beginning and a new opportunity. And then with the 10 of Wands, I'm seeing right now that like you might be overlooking this new opportunity in your life because you've been extremely stressed out. So I feel like the journey to your spouse is going to happen when you get past some of this trauma with, like, I feel like the 10 of Wands isn't really a trauma card, but I feel like it's getting past the stress and letting people in, because sometimes the 10 of Wands is all about isolation. So sometimes we isolate ourselves underneath our own, like, working too hard or taking on too much. You just don't want to, like, jump in yet because you've been through too much. But with the Pillar of Light, I'm seeing that there is going to be an end to all this stress and all this anger and all this pain, and you are going to be opening up to a new opportunity soon, again with the Page of Wands. And I think the journey to your spouse has a lot to do with you and what you decide to do. With the Pillar of Light, it says your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. I think that your journey is not necessarily a journey on the road to like finding this person. It's finding yourself again before you can find this person, if that makes sense. It's rebuilding your life after a hard time and finding your old passions, making more like positive connections. And with this Yggdrasil card, I got Ask, the first human man. So the first human man was created by Odin. And when the first human man was created, it was the beginning of a new life cycle. So I feel like that is what you have to do, is you have to rebuild from what was destroyed And that is your personal journey to the person you're supposed to be with, is rebuilding what was lost and finding what you care about and reliving your life but to the fullest. Like 7 of Coins right here, that's rebuilding and working very hard. And then with 10 of Wands, I feel like it can be stressful, but it is for the best to really focus on yourself before you get too invested on other people. That way you don't get hurt again, and that you have a strong foundation, and then you know what you want instead of just jumping in. Because I feel like in the past with the Tower, the last time you were hurt, it really, really hurt. And it did almost destroy everything in your life. It probably, I could see that some of you might still have anxiety from a past relationship that you've yet to release, and that's what you need to work on to rebirth a new opportunity in your life. And I feel like some of you might have recovered from depression, and I'm seeing maybe for a few, not all, maybe addiction as well. That could be the case, is that you've recovered from that kind of period of darkness in your life, and you really just got to take care of yourself right now. So once you take care of yourself and you finally built what you need, that person will just come into your life easily, and that is your journey to your spouse. And I hope this makes sense. And I'm really sensing a lot of good things for all of you. And it's not just with marriage for group number 1. I feel like with your work life too, because I feel like there's a new opportunity with the Page of Wands. It could be an artistic project or work life. And work life, like a promotion kind of thing. And it could be anything like that. And I feel like that's coming into your life too. And it's not just your spouse. It's just you really can have it all. You can have the job and the spouse. And that's all I have for group number 1. I hope all of this made sense. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all. I hope to see you all next time. Feel free to request a video if there's something you would like me to do. I'd love to hear from you all. Thank you. So for group number 1, the overall energy is Uranus, and it's Genius. So I think with this card, it means that, like, to use your wits, and something's going to shock, from what I'm gathering, that you're going to get like a shock, and you're going to use your wits to, like, really get through a situation that's coming into your life. I think it's more like a wake-up call in a sense, and you have to, like, really rebuild your life together and use your resources. So I think for a while, I'm seeing with group number 2 that a lot of you have been kind of maybe on a downswing lately, and it's not so much as like you're like in a bad place. It's just not much has happening. There's a lot of stagnation. I feel like there's a lot of stagnation for group number 3 or group number 2, and that's what's going on right now. And you're going to have a shock to get you out of that, and that's going to bring about what it is. And I think with the shock is that right now you have a lot of options and you don't know what to do. Like, some of you might just be playing video games or drinking with your friends, or just being, I guess, lazy might not be the right term, but like maybe just you're taking some time off and it's kind of dragging. And a lot of it is like you don't know what to do with the moon. I'm feeling like a lot of you just don't know what to do. Like right now, like there's a lot of options for you and you just haven't picked one. And a lot of it has to do with just life in general. Maybe you have a lot of suitors and you just don't care about any of them. And right now you're just very sluggish. I feel like it's the right word. Maybe you just don't have the energy for anything. And I think with the Queen of Swords, again, there's going to be like this moment, this aha moment, and it's going to really shake you out of this. And that's where the journey to your future spouse is going to begin. With the 8 of Coins, I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot of learning. There's going to be a huge learning experience coming into your life. You put this right here. And a lot of it has to do with conflict. There's going to be a lot of conflict. And you're going to want to like learn a lot about how to control this. And like you want to learn how to juggle a lot at once. And because you've been so like on the back burner with your life for a while, the shock is going to be a little bit difficult at first. It's going to be a difficult adjustment, but it's going to be for the best because you're going to learn from this experience and it's going to get you off your butt and into your life. So I feel like some of you maybe like some of you might be really young and still living at home, and maybe this has to do with like moving out, and that's the shock that's going to like kick you into high gear. Or maybe you're just going to find out, it's just going to come to you one day what you really want to do, and that's just going to like destroy everything you thought you knew, and you're just going to want that one thing so much that you're willing to like do anything for it. And it might be, for some of you, you might be pregnant with someone. You might get pregnant with like your future spouse or the person you're with now, and maybe that's how you get married. For some of you, not all of you, don't get too scared if you're not ready for kids right now. It might be that you get someone pregnant or someone else gets you pregnant, and that's what gets you the shock to wake you up and grow up a little bit. But that's not the case for all. It could be that you're moving somewhere, or you're just starting school again, or maybe you're just starting a new job and it's just going to get you off your butt. With the Six of Pentacles, I feel like it's also going to help you be more giving when you get to this place, because you're going to have this understanding. So I feel like this journey of yourself is going to give you a lot of understanding, so that eventually you'll be able to open yourself up to give yourself to your spouse, or like really like open up and like see their side and learn how to resolve conflicts again. So I think a lot of this, your journey, is probably whatever that shock or whatever is going to get you off the couch or whatever you're doing right now. That's what you need to do to find your spouse. Is like one day you're going to be asleep and then you're going to be awake, and then this moon is going to, the light at the end of the tunnel is going to come to you, and you're going to just know what you want to do, whether it's with your life or you're going to just meet this person and it's going to change you so much. And it might be difficult to get at first with the Five of Wands. There's going to be challenges. These challenges are going to be worth all this. And with the Eight of Coins, it's going to be a great learning experience for you. And maybe it's a learning experience for both you and your future spouse. And then with Star Mother, for some of you, you might become mothers. How can you mother yourself? Maybe you need to learn to like organize. Maybe a lot of you just don't organize well. Or maybe you're just not taking good care of yourself, so how can you take care of a spouse? And I'm not saying you have to be your spouse's doormat, but how can you help somebody else or begin to live with someone if you can't even keep up after yourself? Because part of a domestic life is like cleaning up after yourself, and like one person cooks dinner one night and one person cooks dinner the next life. So how can you mother yourself? Learn to take care of yourself so you can also help your spouse. And then with Ganglot, sluggishness and procrastination, I think again, like all this is coming together. I feel like this is coming into you to say, right now you really need to give yourself a kick in the butt and get up off your butt so that you can be the best possible person and you can be responsible for your spouse. You need to learn responsibility, and you need to just learn how to take care of yourself in the best way you possibly can, so that when you meet that person and that person comes into your life, you will be able to handle the trials of life. Five of Wands again. Like, if you've been living at home all your life and you don't know how to manage bills, that's going to become an issue. So maybe go out, if you can afford it, an apartment, and like start to pay bills on your own so that you can learn to be an adult for someone else if that's your situation. So that's what I'm seeing for group number 2. If you want to make a request on something like that you want me to do a reading for, hit the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys would like me to do next. If you like this video, just comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you next time. So group number 3, the overall energy is Venus and love. And well, That is a good sign because love can mean like romantic love, and I'm sure it does, especially in a reading like this. It could also mean just getting in touch with your feminine side and really taking care of yourself, like pampering yourself. I feel like there's a lot of Empress energy with this card, so I feel like some of you might be pampering yourself, getting your nails done if you want to get your nails done, or getting your hair done. And even if you feel more masculine most of the time, or you identify as a man, like it could be just like getting that haircut or getting that like trim that you wanted, or just really taking care of yourself, getting some cologne. It could go either way. The Empress doesn't have to mean only female energy or only for people who identify as female. So with the Hierophant, I feel like there's also going to be, maybe for some of you, there's going to be a new routine in your life. And it could be a beauty routine. It could be a gym routine, maybe a new yoga class. But the Hierophant has to do a lot with routine. And it has to do with structure. It's kind of like very, in a way, like religion sometimes. But it doesn't always have to be that you're extremely religious either. It could mean you go to the gym and you stick to like maybe a routine like structure, as in like, for example, when I stopped drinking, the Hierophant would come up for me a lot. So it could be just maybe you cut out something that's toxic for you and find this new thing to abstain from for your own personal benefit. It could be anything like that. With the Star, I'm getting that it's a refreshing period for most of you right now. Like you're finally falling in love with yourself. You're finding some good self-esteem. You're taking care of yourself. And there's a lot of hope with the Star. Like maybe way back when you had this bad relationship and you gave up for a while. But I feel like now a lot of you are just getting this hope again. And you really just want to get into like loving again and finding that person. The Nine of Cups. If there is somebody specific, you're wondering if that person is your spouse, that's a yes. If you have someone on your mind or someone who's just really on your mind when you pick the card, the Nine of Cups is a wish card. So if there is someone on your mind, it's most likely a yes. If it isn't, it's going to be someone like that person or someone better. But Nine of Cups is a wish fulfilled. So I feel like for the most part, if you're like dating someone and you're wondering if that's your spouse, going to be your spouse, or that person is the journey, the journey has already been fulfilled and that person is your spouse. If you don't have anyone on your mind, a wish fulfilled could be like if you've been waiting for love and you're hoping that it's coming to you soon, then it's a yes. With the Six of Wands, I feel like this is the victory card. If you feel like there was ever competition for a card, or for a guy, card. If there's ever competition for a guy or a girl or someone you were wanting to be with and someone else was eyeing that person, just know that you have nothing to worry about, that it's all good, and just stay off of social media and don't psych yourself out. So with the Death card, I get that there has been a recent change for a lot of you people, and I think that change was you kind of just stopped caring so much about what people think about you is what I'm getting, and you're just living life to the fullest and you're letting go of a lot. I feel like this is you letting go of a lot of trauma, and you're really getting past a lot of hurtful things that had happened to you. Maybe you just got over depression, or you've made progress with like any kind of mental illness you have, and you're really starting to enjoy life again, and you're spoiling yourself a lot. With the Ten of Pentacles, I'm getting that you really are close to having it all. With the Ten of Pentacles, it's a very family card. See, she's here and she has like a whole family, and they all look so happy and so well taken care of. So I feel like if you're looking to get married, it's very soon, and it's probably like to someone you know. But if it isn't, you're going to meet that person soon. So right now, your spirit guides want you to know to take it easy, take a break, maybe take a vacation for yourself, or maybe if you have a person in your head right now or someone you're dating, maybe just take a vacation with like your boyfriend / girlfriend / significant other, whatever you want to call that person. With Delling, Beauty and Vanity, I feel like either you or your spouse, one of you can be very vain. What I'm getting with Venus and Delhi right here is that you both are probably very good looking people, and sometimes vanity can come into play here, because when people are very good looking, they often have options. Just don't let jealousy get in the way of anything, because it's all good. Your whole entire reading looks good, so just don't let vanity, or sometimes vanity can just be like, maybe you feel like you're in competition with another person. Don't let that get to you. But all in all, I feel like everything is going well for you. If there's another reading you would like to request, if something's on your mind, just hit me up down in the comments section. If you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. So group number 4, the overall energy is Taurus. I have. So if you are a Taurus, this is just confirming you picked the right pile. It could also mean that your future spouse is a Taurus, or one of you has Taurus in your charts. There's also a Taurus type of energy I have. Tauruses tend to like stability. So maybe right now you're either trying to find stability or you just found stability. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with, for a while, maybe you were out of a job or you were going through financial hardships. If that's not the case, it could be like you felt left out in the cold in the past from a different relationship. And these hard situations with the Nine of Wands created like some hurt. See, this person on here, his heart is open, but he's still in so much pain. With the Nine of Wands, I feel like you got through it, but you're still feeling a lot of pain from it. With the Knight of Coins, I'm seeing stability. Again, Taurus energy right here. Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. So there is some kind of stability coming for you soon. I feel like that's what you need to work on right now. That's the journey to your spouse, is to find stability in your life right now. With the Hermit, I feel like maybe it's time to go back to school for some of you. Maybe learn and study a little bit more, because maybe that's how you find stability, is to learn to get a job that can provide more than what had happened before, or what you're having right now. Maybe some of you are still having financial difficulties, and maybe looking into FAFSA or looking into financial aid or scholarships, and just trying to find anything to go back to school and just learn something new. And be careful, because there are also sometimes schools that are for profit, and they might not help you as much as going to something that's certified to help you. So just be careful with schooling, and to look into a school. If it's a for-profit college, it might not help you very much. So with the Hermit, it's just, I also feel like, look into your options. I know community college, sometimes the credits take a long time, but it might be best to start slow than like look at one of those degree pushing schools where they just give you a degree, but it's not really accredited, so you can't really get a job with it. So just be careful and look into like what schools to go to, and do your research and find what works for you. With the Devil, I feel like for some of you, not all of you, it might be that you're drinking too much. With the Four Cups, I can see kind of spilt drink. So for some of you, it might be that you're drinking too much right now, and you need to take a little bit back, because that might be what's causing you money problems. If it's not drinking problems, it could be any other splurgy type activity. So you might be having a lot of splurging issues, like maybe you're over shopping, like you have a shopping addiction. Maybe you're just playing too many video games. It could be anything really, but it's telling you to hold back on like overindulgence, is what the Devil is trying to say. The Four Cups, if you continue to overindulge, you'll continue to waste. So just be mindful of what you're spending your money on and what you're using your time on before you like continue to use time and money on this specific thing? Is it really helpful? Because it could be hurting you. And taking this back will help you find that person by getting these habits. These bad habits will help pave the way to meeting the person you need. Because if you fix your life, you will have a lot more options than if your life is a mess. And I know that sounds really hard because I've been there where my life is a complete mess. But when our lives aren't exactly going well, it might not be the best time to get involved with someone. So be careful who you also get involved with. There might be someone with a devil coming in soon that says, oh, I can help you. But they might be taking advantage of your situation and seeing how vulnerable you are right now. So just be careful to keep your guard up. If it sounds too good to be true, it is, always. So right now I would say just look into going to school, and that will help pave the way to finding the person that you're wanting to be with. And also, like, be mindful of what you're spending your money on. Try to save. I know that for some people it's impossible to save, but if you really want to go back to school, there are options. Like, even if you have to take out a loan the first year you go, that might be better than, say, not going at all. But again, with student loans, be very careful with them because you don't want to keep taking them out and get yourself further into debt. It might be a 1-year type of thing just so you can qualify for scholarships after showing that you're committed. So just be careful, again, because I have this devil energy. Be careful where you go with this, and don't always take the easy option. Look into options and try other options before getting maybe a student loan. Or try other options. Definitely don't go to a like for-profit college. That isn't even an option. Like, that's just people trying to take your hard-earned money. And with the 5 of coins, you can't afford that right now. Keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So right now, just really maybe meditate, because there are people in your past life that you knew that haven't reincarnated yet. There are also people who have passed away in this life watching over you, and just really just get in depth with like your spiritual side, because they can help you along in these difficult times. If you like to pray, that might help. If you like to meditate, maybe that might help. Or maybe just like go out for a walk in nature and really get to know like yourself without all the like electronics around, so you can get in touch with spirituality again. With Gerd, I hope I'm saying that right, artfulness. So with Gerd, she is like the goddess of earth. I feel like because of that, she's also like very about the home and about stability and about family. So if your end game goal is to get married, just because she's right here, I see that is very much a possibility once all these hard times come through. There is a potential person that will come your way once you get some stability in your life. You just have to work on the little things right now to fix what's going on, and that will lead you to the family life you've always wanted. And I feel like her being here is that even though this reading hasn't been a lot about your own life, once you fix a lot of what's going on, I feel like that is when you're going to meet that person and you're going to be ready. Right now you're not ready for marriage, but one day you will be. And that's when you finally find your education and fix your finances and find out what you want to do. And it doesn't always mean that you have to go to like this 4-year college. This could be as simple as real estate school. Maybe it's just a 3-month real estate school that you go to and you're ready to go. Like, there could be something as simple as that to look into. Whatever you decide to do and whatever education you decide to get, eventually you're going to find that family and that life that you've always wanted. So just be patient. Tauruses are often patient. They're often patient people. So they can play the long game. And maybe that's the energy of this whole reading, is that it might be a while, but it's worth waiting for. And I feel like sometimes we want our lives to just work and we want it to work fast, but that's sometimes not divine timing. Trust in divine timing and be patient with divine timing. Things will come together when they need be. And I hope this really helped everyone in group number 4. If there is something you want to ask about, like a type of reading you want to do, just leave it in the comment section. And if you like this video, just like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to see you all next time, and I hope this helped. Thank you.